What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Maverick Raven coming at you with yet another one. I can't believe I'm making another video. This is breaking news though, so it has to be done. Hush money trial judge says Trump will lose jury access if he violates gag order. Yeah, I just said that. The hush money trial judge says Trump will lose jury access if he violates gag order. What about just a simple contempt of court? We're gonna go ahead and jump into this for some context because we don't like to just do things without context. I'm not a leftist, you know what I'm saying? But let me tell you something. This right here has pissed me off, dude. Anybody that still thinks that conservatives have it, that I've heard such ridiculous things. I've heard that media is mostly conservative. I've heard that Hollywood is mostly conservative movies. I've heard such ridiculous things, and the reality is that right now, or I should say, the pendulum is swinging back. But for the last few years, it's been nothing but woke trash, leftist bullshit. Okay, things that have been there, and they it's aberrant to normalcy. Okay, we have to have a a gauge for these things, okay? And the reality is that woke ideology is leftist ideology. This right here proves that it's not a conservative majority or whatever. We're not in the majority, okay? We're not. And I don't say that for a pity party or whatever, but you guys, you leftists love to talk about fascist this, fascist that. Look at this. If he violates a gag order, instead of getting civil penalties, which is the norm, or contempt of court, which will jail him for however many days, he gets this. He'll lose his jury access. He'll lose a fundamental right that every American should have. He'll lose it. The defense argued that President Trump's political speech was necessary in the current political environment. You know what? I gotta agree with that. I gotta agree with that because when you're getting screwed over, okay, when you're getting screwed over, it's important that the rest of the world knows, hey, I'm getting screwed over, you guys. And that might sound like a victim mentality, but the reality is this is on paper, you guys. This isn't systemic racism, which people throw around and they have nothing to back it up. They got no receipts. He's got receipts, you guys. But before we get deeper into this, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Join the flock. We'd love to have you, and the water's warm. It says New York Supreme Court Justice Juan Merchan warned former President Donald Trump that he might lose jury access to juror names in his upcoming trial if he continues to speak about the case in a way that the judge deems a risk to court proceedings. The defendant is hereby put on notice that he will forfeit any statutory right he may have to access jury names if he engages in any conduct that threatens the safety and integrity of the jury or the jury selection process. The judge warned in his April 1st order, expanding on an existing order. So he's expanding on the existing gag order. Ha! Yeah. And it's just the beginning. So he didn't lose jury access, per se, but he's going to, or, whatever. Because he hasn't done it yet, but he wouldn't lose jury access. He's lose access to the jury names. Woo! That headline. That was a clickbait headline, wasn't it? Jeez. Defendant is hereby put on notice, blah, 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 blah. The Manhattan District Attorney is prosecuting the former president on 34 counts of falsifying business records, alleging a scheme to influence the 2016 elections with payments made to kill unfavorable news stories. Michael Cohen, formerly President Trump's personal attorney, had gone on the record claiming that he had made such payments to bury allegations of an affair brought forth by an adult film star, leading to an investigation. Prosecutors have requested a gag order, which the judge granted on March 26, and had earlier requested to shield the names of jurors, specifically from President Trump, in a motion on which the judge had held off on ruling. And now all of a sudden he's going with the prosecutors. What a fucking surprise. After President Trump blasted the judge on social media and made mention of his daughter last week, the parties clashed and the judge expanded his gag order. President Trump had revived arguments that the judge is biased and that his daughter, who leads a political marketing firm, has represented President Trump's political opponents, receiving millions from them, and therefore has a partisan interest in this case. You guys remember the Johnny Depp case in England, in the UK, whatever, that he lost, and the judge was basically the father. I think it was the father of a man who basically ran a newspaper that had been smearing Johnny Depp. It was something like that. He was an editor in chief or something like that, or he owned a newspaper that had been just smearing Johnny Depp, and they allowed it, and that was the whole thing. That was the whole predicate. The whole thing predicated on that, and they allowed it. This is exactly what it feels like. She, if and I don't remember her name, but if his daughter leads a political marketing firm that literally has represented Trump's political opponents and has received millions from them, there is a partisan interest in this case, and that makes it a conflict of interest. He should recuse himself. I feel like this is a late April Fool's joke, but I don't know what else to say. Like, this is insanity. In his April 1st decision, yeah, April 1st, the judge clarified that the original gag order indeed excluded the district attorney and judge. Federal courts have found that it would be unconstitutional to prohibit defendants from speaking about the court or judge presiding over his case, and all three gag orders on President Trump have adhered to this precedent. But family members of the judge and district attorney will now be included in the gag order, the judge decided, finding that President Trump's speech injects fear in those assigned or called to participate in the proceedings, that not only they, but their family members as well are as fair game for defendants' vitriol. So now it's all about, they're afraid that if Donald Trump can't control himself, at a rally or whatever, they're afraid that if he has access to the juror names, he's going to put them on blast, essentially, right? That's what he thinks. The threat is very real, the judge wrote. He noted that the district attorney's office has already argued that trial participants have expressed fear about their own safety and that of their family members should they appear as witnesses against the defendant. He's going to get railroaded. He's going to get railroaded. The judge found that the risk of trial participants, such as jurors fearing to participate, is no longer hypothetical, and this will undoubtedly interfere with trial proceedings. He's going to get railroaded, you guys. That reality cannot be overstated, he decided. Wow. Normally, the speech of a defendant is highly protected, especially when the accused is a public figure, he added. But the conventional Dave versus Goliath roles are no longer in play, as demonstrated by the singular power defendants swore to have on countless others. Oh my lord, this is so unconstitutional. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it, you guys. I honest to God can't believe how ridiculously freaking unconstitutional this is, man. I can't even believe it. This is unconstitutional to the max. To the max. I already feel myself getting heated. That's why I'm doing stupid random things on my desk. The prosecution has argued that President Trump's conduct was deliberate and intended to intimidate the judge. The defense argued that President Trump's political speech was necessary in this political environment and only highlighted reasons why the judge should recuse himself. The judge found the prosecutor's arguments compelling and persuasive, and the defense's argument at best strained and at worst baseless misrepresentations, full of accusations that are disingenuous and not rational. I'm done. The trial has been set for April 15th, and in less than 2 weeks, the first ever criminal trial of a former American president will take place in Manhattan. He's going to get railroaded. He's going to get completely railroaded. This is complete and total bullshit, and he's going to get railroaded. Because now you've got jurors already saying, I'm afraid because if he knows my name. I don't even remember. I can't remember anything like this ever happening. Can't remember anything like this ever happening. You have the right to face your accuser. You have the right to a jury of your peers. Yeah, that doesn't mean that we're gonna put Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and all a bunch of billionaires on this jury stand. That's not the way it works. But the whole thing was set up to be fair, and this is not fair, you guys. But whatever, let me know what you think down below. Comment, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I gotta find something to cool me off and get me a little happy again. Be safe, you guys. Be good to one another and stay based.